Welcome to this awareness presentation on Oregon's Quality Rating and Improvement System. This presentation was developed by the Teaching Research Institute at Western Oregon University. The outcome of this presentation is that by the end of this, you'll have a basic understanding of Oregon's QRIS. It's not intended to go into a great deal of detail, and we'll provide you with information at the end of the presentation about where to get more information for your questions that may come up. Again, the outcome of this particular presentation is that you'll understand Oregon's QRIS. And to accompany that outcome, there are three objectives. The first one is you'll have an understanding of the purpose of QRIS and how it was developed. The second objective is that you'll have an understanding of the history and background of QRIS at the national and state level and how the field test process works. And then the third objective is that you'll have an understanding of the process for participating in the Quality Rating and Improvement System process. So what is Oregon's QRIS? Q stands for quality. Oregon's QRIS focuses on quality. Our profession for a long time has tried to communicate how important the early years are in a child's life. Research shows that quality experiences for children lead to better success in life. As more and more focus comes to early childhood education, quality becomes vital. R stands for rating. Our world is used to ratings. We rate restaurants, hotels, websites, and movies. QRIS gives an expert backing or a third-party evaluation to rating the quality of early learning and development programs. I stands for improvement. Improvement is the heart of QRIS. Continuous quality improvement is important for all programs. S stands for system. QRIS is a system with many parts. It's not a program that's going to come and then go away. It's not just about rating or improvement. The system in place gives credibility and support to programs. QRIS can be compared to the Oregon Registry. It's the backbone of our state early childhood education system. Ultimately, QRIS means quality for better outcomes for children in Oregon.
Improving outcomes for children has been a focus in Oregon and around the United States in the recent years. Early childhood care and education has been in the spotlight as the importance of providing quality care, education, and services to children is being recognized more often by our citizens and politicians. In Oregon, Governor Kitzhaber has been committed to focusing on education. The Oregon Educational Investment Board was created in 2011 to oversee an effort to build a unified system for investing in and delivering public education from birth to college and career. The governor is also committed to Oregon's 40-40-20 goals. The 40-40-20 goals are clearly defined, with the overall target goal accounting for 100% of Oregonians by the year 2025. By 2025, the goal is that 40% of adults will hold a bachelor's degree or higher, 40% will hold an associate's degree or post-secondary credential, and the remaining 20% will hold a high school diploma or equivalent. This means that the children in kindergarten today will all need to graduate. Governor Kitzhaber knows and is telling the public that future success depends on quality early childhood experiences. The 2025 goal means more graduates and a stronger, more competent, and diverse workforce. Governor Kitzhaber has also created the Early Learning Council and Early Learning Division. Their work includes the implementation of Oregon's Quality Rating and Improvement System, kindergarten entry assessment, and universal screening. Oregon was successful earning Race to the Top federal grant money to help build systems to improve early childhood outcomes, bringing in $30 million over a 5-year time period. The Race to the Top funds are part of the national focus on early childhood education. President Obama has also been focusing on and investing in the future through supporting quality early learning programs for children. Back in February of 2013, President Obama said, "I propose working with states to make high-quality preschool available to every child in America. Let's do what works and make sure none of our children start the race of life already behind. Let's give our kids that chance." Now we're going to look at Oregon's QRIS history and current field tests to learn more about what makes it unique. As you can see by this slide showing data from August of 2013, quality rating and improvement systems are being implemented across the entire United States. Oregon is not unique in this regard. Some states have had their quality rating and improvement systems for more than 15 years. Oregon's QRIS has been in development for a long time as we have learned from and developed elements from the national QRIS movement. Quality indicators and Oregon programs of quality have been incorporated into Oregon's QRIS. Lastly, the Oregon Registry Training System is another system we have learned from in our development of Oregon's Quality Rating and Improvement System. There are many partners who have collaborated to create, support, and implement Oregon's QRIS, including Child Care Resource and Referral Programs, the Teaching Research Institute at Western Oregon University, Oregon Center for Career Development in Early Childhood Care and Education, Oregon State University and Portland State University, and the Office of Child Care.
This slide illustrates the overall timeline of the QRIS field tests. You'll notice in January 2013, the QRIS was field tested in 4 SDAs. Those included Multnomah, Deschutes, Crook, and Jefferson, Lynn and Benton, and Lane and Douglas counties. In the fall of 2013, other programs came into the field test. These included teen parent programs, programs that got accreditation through the NAEYC, through NAFCC, through ACSI, as well as programs were designated as Oregon Programs of Quality. We are currently working with Head Start programs to get them into this field test. Beginning in early 2014, the QRIS field test is going to be available to programs statewide. By June of 2014, materials will be translated into Russian and to Spanish, and they'll be available to programs. Also, by June 2014, the initial studies will end. Those are process evaluation and validation studies. While these studies will end in June 2014, programs will continue in the system as far as being part of the QRIS field test. By early 2015, that is the projected start date of a refined version of QRIS based on input and feedback from both the process evaluation and validation studies. It's also the projected start date of utilization of an e-portfolio system of documenting program quality. As part of QRIS field tests, there are two types of studies that are currently happening. The first of those is process evaluation that is being done by Western Oregon University. The purpose of process evaluation is to look at the QRIS process and determine whether QRIS leads to quality improvement, and also looking to see if there are any parts of the process that are vital and if there's any parts that can be eliminated or streamlined. Also, as part of the field test, a validation study will be occurring, and that is being spearheaded by Oregon State University and Portland State University. The main emphasis of the validation study is to study the difference in quality between each star level. So it's really looking to see, is there a difference in quality, for example, between a 5-star program and a 3-star program. To measure this, they're using the class observation instrument, and the class is the classroom assessment and scoring system that looks specifically about adult-child interactions. And sometime in the future, there's going to also be a child outcome study to see what difference the QRS process has on child outcomes. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about Oregon's QRIS. So what is the QRIS? If you look at this particular slide, you'll see that it's divided into quality improvements and quality rating. But when we're talking about QRIS components, we're talking about a system that has 5 tiers, and this is based on a building block approach. The QRIS also consists of 5 domains, and I'll mention those in detail in just a few minutes, and also incorporates 2 versions of materials, one that's designed for center-based programs and one that's designed for family programs. If you look at the quality improvement box, part of the quality improvement is having programs complete quality improvement plans, also doing self-assessments of program quality, and then looking for supports that are available to help them with quality improvement. And then finally, there's the quality rating component, and that consists of a portfolio system where programs submit documentation verifying their levels of quality. Once a program has achieved a star level, they will be receiving financial incentives. I mentioned earlier that Oregon's QRIS is a 5-tier building block system, and it begins with the bottom level, which is licensing. Programs that are licensed are eligible to participate in this particular system. The next level up is what's called a commitment to quality. And then on top of that, there are 3, 4, and 5-star designations depending on the level of quality. As far as the basics of the QRS process, the first phase of the process is that participants have to attend an increasing quality training. That's the first step in the process, and that's a required component. As part of this phase, programs or participants will fill out an application that has general information about their particular program and also includes eligibility requirements. Programs, as part of phase 1, also complete a program self-assessment to identify what are the parts of the program that are currently in place and what parts of the program they may want to work with. In phase 2, programs are going to complete a quality improvement plan identifying how they're going to increase their quality based on their self-assessment. Programs are also, at this level, eligible for quality improvement supports. This may be financial or it may be other supports. Programs can also receive technical assistance support from teaching research and developing their portfolio. They're also available for financial supports ranging from $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the size of their program and also the quality star level that they are trying to accomplish. The third phase of the process is that programs will submit a portfolio to Western Oregon University, where the portfolio will be reviewed by a panel of experts. Based on the review, programs will receive a rating and depending on that rating, they'll receive a financial incentive anywhere between $500 and $2,500, again depending on their program size and the level achieved. So as a review, the first part of this is the participants will attend an increasing quality training session where they'll learn more about the program. Then they will be submitting an application, and based on that application, they'll decide where and how they want to proceed. If they choose to proceed in the process, they are eligible to receive assistance and money available for going through the QRIS process. And then once they submit the portfolio, they can get financial incentive money to support and maintain their quality and use that to show off the program to the parents and their community.
Because Oregon STAR designations are directly related to their portfolio evidence, many programs are curious about the content and format of those portfolios. The first thing to know is that there are separate portfolios for child care centers and for family care providers. Each program who receives a commitment to quality designation receives a helpful toolkit for navigating the QRIS process and detailed instructions for completing the portfolio. The portfolio has 5 sections or domains with appendices of what is included in each domain. These domains are children's learning and development, health and safety, personnel qualifications, family partnerships, and administration and business practices. The portfolio content breaks down each domain into standards. Those standards include descriptions, which are indicators for 3, 4, and 5-star designations. Finally, for each indicator, there are descriptions of the evidence needed to demonstrate that indicator. For example, in the domain of health and safety, one of the standards is that healthy fitness habits are supported and encouraged. An indicator at the 3-star level is that program personnel use natural opportunities to increase physical activity and plan daily moderate to vigorous physical activity. Evidence of this would be a written description of how and when the program personnel use those natural opportunities to encourage moderate to vigorous physical activities. This is just one example of how the domains are made up of standards and indicators, which are then documented through the types of evidence programs can submit to verify what they are doing. So, how can programs get started? The first step to getting started in Oregon's QRIS is for a provider to register for one of the Oregon's QRIS Increasing Quality trainings. Those trainings are listed in the Oregon Registry Online training calendar. Programs can look for an increasing quality training in their area and call their local child care resource and referral program to get registered. If you have more questions about Oregon's QRIS, you can contact the QRIS helpline, contact your local child care resource and referral program, and/or get registered for Oregon's QRIS Increasing Quality training. Thank you for joining our awareness presentation on Oregon's Quality Rating and Improvement System. Feel free to explore the QRIS website for more resources and information.